This might surprise some of you. As a young man, I was often in trouble. In fact, a wonderful pastor of mine who just passed away this past year at the ripe old age of 103, I got to have coffee with him a year ago when he was 102. Used to tell my parents that if somebody swung a bat at one side of the room and I was standing on the other side, I would get hit with it. You know, I was always in the middle of some kind of stuff. And one day in exasperation, I said to him, "Why do you always catch me doing things wrong? Why can't you catch me doing something right?" Which is somehow the way we often feel. The reading you heard today probably sounds very familiar, not because you've heard it in the Bible, but because you heard it in Jesus Christ Superstar. It's one of the songs from Jesus Christ Superstar. Liars, hypocrites, and thieves, he calls the Pharisees. But he calls them that because they mislead people and they misunderstand about goodness and why we should be doing the things that we do. We sometimes get caught up on this whole idea of execution. You know, well, we have to do these things, but we're called to do right things. I grew up in an era when we had Jesus freaks. I don't think any of you remember, a few of you are. I was in college during the era of the Jesus freaks, and the Jesus freaks would walk around in their kind of hippie-type clothes. We all had hippie-type clothes, but they would wear large crosses, and they would carry their Bibles, and they would profess Jesus Christ. The problem was they behaved just as badly as the rest of us did on campus. They went out to the frat parties, they drunk, they did all kinds of other things, and they weren't lifted to another standard. They didn't behave in another way. The best advertisement for Christianity is us. The best advertisement for Christianity is us. And we're living in a world today, I'm sorry to say, where we're not doing very well at that. And I don't mean the people that are sitting here, but I mean our church in general. When Pope John Paul II landed in Ireland 30 years ago, they had to clear the runway of people so his jet could land. When our current Pope landed this last time, nobody showed up because of all the horrible things that had happened in Ireland involving the church. We've been through that here in this country. And I'm not picking on the church in general, but we keep getting caught doing the things we're not supposed to be doing rather than caught doing the things we should be doing. I'll never forget one of the greatest compliments I ever got. I did something, I won't go into what it was, for somebody out here. And nobody was around, I thought. And somebody walked up to me later, a parishioner, and said, "I saw what you did. That was really good of you to do that." You know, my brothers and sisters, we need to stop getting caught doing the wrong things. We need to start getting caught doing the right things.